Hey guys, welcome to this video. By the title, you can probably tell that this video is a lot more personal and just very different than the other videos that I've posted so far. This is another way that I want to go with my channel. I want to talk about things that are real and be kind of vulnerable, because I feel like a lot of times people need that. People need someone they can connect with, and so if I can be that for someone, then I want to be. So this video is about something that has affected my life greatly over the years, and that I know affects a lot of people. And so I plan to make a full-length, like a long, in-depth video of my journey with body image and self-esteem and self-love. So just to give a little background, I've had issues with self-love in the past, but right now I feel like I'm at the best point that I've ever been in loving myself. I feel like I have the best esteem, and I'm just in the best place that I've ever been. But that being said, that doesn't mean that there aren't hard days, and that doesn't mean that it's always easy. And so I wanted to make this video today because today is one of the hard days that I'm having. This morning I woke up and I was trying to find something to wear to class, and it was just like nothing. Like it didn't matter what I was looking at, just nothing felt right. Like I didn't want to wear anything. So this is what I'm wearing. And on a normal day, I would like this outfit. I wore really cute shoes that I like save for not special occasions, but kind of just days where like I really want to rock it. I wear those shoes, and I feel the same way. And aside from that, I also did my makeup today, which is something that I definitely don't do every day, especially not on, just regular school days. But because I wasn't feeling good about myself today, I decided to go ahead and do my makeup. And it's one of those things that I do, but I'm still kind of in a funk. I still kind of feel not great about myself today. And so I wanted to make this video to give my tips for the days that you don't feel great about yourself. And also, along with that, I wanted to talk about what happens on the days where those tips and tricks don't work. So first of all, disclaimer, I am in no way a therapist of any sort. I'm not a doctor. I don't know things. I can only talk about what's worked for me and the advice that I've been able to give my friends and people who I care about. So it depends on where you are on how you really feel about yourself. Like I've said, I've gotten to really, really low points in loving myself before, and so I know what it feels like to hate yourself, and I know what it feels like to feel like you're worthless, and first and foremost, you aren't, and I wasn't, but it feels that way. And so starting from there, from whatever point you're at, if you just want to start loving yourself more, I would just suggest that you stop hating yourself. And I know that that sounds stupid. It sounds stupid to say, oh, if you want to love yourself, well, stop hating yourself. I know. But the way that I did this was, when I was at my lowest point, I just felt like anything I did, any thought I had was something negative about myself. It was always like there was never a good thing that I thought about myself. And so when I realized I needed to make a change, the first thing I did was realizing that I needed to stop those negative thoughts. So what I did was every time I would have a negative thought about myself, like in my head, I would literally just think stop. And I would stop that thought and I would start thinking about something else. And I know some people may feel like this is avoidance, but in that time period in my life, and this is how it worked for me, I needed to do that. I needed to stop thinking those things before I could get to the point where I could start thinking positive things. So I started there. I started by just not allowing myself to think those negative things anymore and to just think about something else when I needed to. Another thing I started doing was accepting compliments, and actually accepting compliments even if I didn't agree with them. Because anytime I would have gotten complimented, I would have just said, I would say oh, haha, no, or I would just be like, oh, haha, thanks, but I wouldn't actually accept it. And when you think about that, that's kind of insulting to the person who's complimenting you, because it's like, oh, I'm hearing what you're saying and I'm hearing your opinion, but I'm going to disregard it and not accept it. And so I think that's kind of what helped me to start actually accepting compliments, because I'm a big person in respecting other people, and I want people to know that their opinions are valid and real. And so that helped me to realize I need to accept what they're saying, even if I don't necessarily believe it. And so from there, I could start to see things that a lot of people would say about me. things like I was kind and stuff like that. And I think it starts with loving the inside of yourself, because I think loving the outside of yourself can be really tricky, even though the inside of you is really like what makes up who you are. But so the next step for me after accepting compliments would be working on your inside. If you feel like you don't have a good inside, thinking of one thing that you can really pick out that you really like about yourself, or that you get a lot of compliments on, if you're not at that point to say like, this is something I like about myself. And so you pick that one thing and you work on it and you grow that. I think for me, mine was just love. I love people, I love loving people, I love getting love, and I love giving love. I think it's so important. And so I'm a very loving person, and so I chose to focus on that, and I chose to, really focus on making sure my friends knew that they were loved, and reaching out that love and trying to show love to people who I'm not friends with or who I think may need it. And so from there, I started to, start to genuinely like my personality and think that, I'm a loving person. That's a good thing. From there is just other little things like I think I'm funny and clever. It's just something. And then you get to kind of the really hard part, at least what I struggled with the most, and that's learning to love your body. And I think what first comes before loving is accepting. So loving your body isn't loving your body when you lose those last 10 pounds, and it isn't loving your body when it meets this criteria. Loving something or loving yourself isn't defined by criteria. It's an all the time thing. And like I said, it is a daily choice, but it has to be without limitation. That's what love is. So first you have to accept yourself for where you are and understand that there are going to be changes that happen. So in my personal story, what I struggled most with my body was my weight. It all has a root in just one comment of somebody saying that I was fat, and it was kind of all downhill from there. But it was so hard for me to accept my body and my weight. The way that I'm shaped is just I carry the majority of my weight in my thighs and my butt, like in my legs and my hips and stuff like that, and I have like no boobs. And so I didn't like the way that I was shaped, because I felt like everyone was so skinny, and they were so, like, their legs were so skinny, and like thigh gaps were a thing and stuff like that. And so my weight has just always been something I was uncomfortable with. Even when I was very small, I was a size 0, and I hated the way that my body looked because I still felt like I was fat. So learning to accept my body was finding clothes that I liked the way I looked in. That was something that was so important for me. I finally stopped caring about what the number on the tag said or what the letter on the tag said, the size, and just picked stuff that looked good on me and picked stuff that I liked to wear. And so that is one of my tips. Pick something that you like to wear. If you're having a bad day and you feel like you don't look good or something like that, wear something that makes you feel good. Wear something special, even if it's you're just going to classes and somebody's like, oh, why are you wearing a dress? Because I felt like it. That's a good enough reason. So that's something that I try to do on days when I'm struggling. I pick a cute outfit, something that I like to wear, something that makes me feel good. The other thing for me is I like wearing makeup, but I'm lazy, so I don't wear it all the time. So on the days where I'm not feeling good about myself, I like to put on makeup. And it's not because I think that makeup makes me more beautiful or that I need to wear makeup. I wear it because I like it. And it's kind of a fun process to, put it on and to see like the small differences that it makes and stuff like that. So like I said today, I'm wearing makeup. And those are my tips for you. Those are the main ones that I have. So now we get to kind of the harder part, which is what do you do on the days when that doesn't work? Today, like I said, is one of those days. I came and I filmed this video. I think talking about it is something that's important to do. Now that can be hard because who do you talk to about it? Personally, I don't ever really talk to my parents about how I feel about like my body and like my self-esteem and stuff like that. And I'm not saying you can't, it's just something that I don't do personally. I sometimes do talk to my friends about it, but it can be tricky whenever they're going through their own journeys and their own battles with it. It can be hard to, bring up where you're at, just because you don't want to make them feel bad about themselves by bringing up something about yourself, if that makes any sense. So I think having an outlet is really important. I think it's important to write it down, or to text a friend, or to call your mom and talk about it. Talking about it is important so you can, you know, acknowledge that it's there. It's not going to do you any good to pretend like it's not happening. So for me, like I said today, I'm talking about it right now. I think the other thing is just acknowledging that it's there. By pretending it's not there, that's not going to fix it. You just have to accept that it's there and know that tomorrow is a new day. Know that tomorrow is a day that you get to start over. And this is especially important if you're kind of in the beginning of your journey of learning to love yourself. You're going to have hard days. You're going to have hard days for the rest of your life, but especially in the beginning, it's going to be hard. There are going to be days where you want to give up. There are going to be days where you just want to give in and talk about all these bad things about your body. So my camera stopped recording, but this is just going to be kind of the outro. I didn't feel like going and trying to sit in the same spot because I knew I wouldn't be able to get it like right in the exact same spot, so then it would be kind of awkward. So I figured I would just kind of hold my camera and talk. As I was saying at the very end, before I got cut off by my camera stopping working, there are going to be hard days. Don't give up on those days. You may feel like you want to, but please don't. You're so much stronger than that. And along with that, if you do end up giving up on a day, again, remember that tomorrow is a new day and you get to start over and you get to decide how that day is going to be. It's up to you. So I just wanted to say that. And then the other thing that I wanted to end this video with is that wherever you are in your journey, if you feel like you hate yourself, if you feel like you're worthless, if you feel like everyone in the world feels like you're worthless, you aren't. And I don't feel that way. So even if you just need one person, I'm here. I'm here and I love you, and I think that you are such an amazing person. There has to be something about you. There's a reason. And so I just wanted to let you know that you're beautiful, that you're amazing, and you're talented, and you're strong. You're strong for keeping this fight going. If you're further along in your journey and you really just need someone to tell you to keep going, this is me telling you, keep going. I've been there and it's hard, but keep going. The results are so worth it. And if you're in a pretty good place with yourself, but you have those days where you struggle, that's where I'm at. I'm exactly in your shoes. And I've been in the other shoes before. I've been at my lowest point where I hated myself, and I've been in a point where I kind of was okay with myself, but there was still so much that I didn't like. And now I'm to the point where I can honestly say most days that I do love myself. Just know that there is hope and that you will get there. It just takes time. And I know that nobody wants to give it that time, but you can. This video has gone off a little bit from where I expected it to go, so this may be a stream of consciousness video, but we'll see. All in all, just know that you are worth it. You are worth being here, and you are here for a reason, and you are loved, even if you don't feel it, even if people tell you that you aren't. You are. I'm here and I love you, and I think that you're an amazing person, and there's so much more to come. So keep fighting. Loving yourself is one of the greatest things that I've done for myself, and I hope that you can get there, and I know that you can as long as you keep going. So I guess that's kind of it. Bye guys, I hope to see you in my next video. Well, there was nothing there. Okay. Hey guys. Okay. Let's do this. Hey guys, and welcome to this video. Welcome to my channel.